and this is part 2 of my Q&A. And what I'm going to be doing is eating some Starburst chewing gum. While I answer your questions, so one I didn't answer all the questions, so I went through all the questions on my actual channel itself, and there was loads in there that I'd missed, so apologies for that, guys. Pinky says hi. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already as well, guys. It really helps me out. And leave a comment. Really appreciate it. We can really build this channel up together. You and I, or yous and I, right? First question from David Chap asks, would I go into the Resident Evil universe if I could live in it? Most definitely. I would love, and always have, to live in the Spencer mansion from the remake of Resident Evil. I would absolutely love to live there. And even after the zombies, even that would be cool, you know, just to have, you know, to go to the toilet, to have a real gun, you know, and when the zombies come out, you know, I could just shoot them, so it would be fun too. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'd love to be in the Spencer mansion part of Resident Evil. That would be fantastic. Mr. ASMR. Go and check out his channel if you haven't already, guys. Asks, when I was a kid or teenager, what did I used to do that made me happy? Well, when I was a kid, I used to love climbing. I was a climber, and we would get our bikes and ride to these flats or apartments that were all empty and had all like scaffolding on them, so we would like ride over there and then we would climb basically on the scaffolding all day long, and we loved it. So I would do that. If not, we would go out on our bikes, just ride around. This place had like a wall of death which we would ride around on as well, or in my case ride over the top of, which is, I'm sure you all know about that story. That all went Pete Tong eventually. And also there was another block of flats that had scaffolding at the bottom part of it. They was doing something to it, and we would be climbing on that all day. We used to drive the security guard crazy because he used to keep coming out. There was this security guard underneath the flats in this like this portable mobile, you know, hut, and he'd constantly be coming out saying, get off of them. He told us so often in so often to get off the scaffolding. Yeah, so that was the sort of things we did. As a later teenager, once I was like 15, I I became like agoraphobic because I had this horrific acne. You know, it was absolutely terrible. So I stopped going out, and that's when I turned to music, and I just used to listen to music all the time. And music really, really helped me get through my teenage years. So yeah, that's what I did. But cheers, Liam. Thanks for that question, mate. Fury Thruster. Hi, Brett. I hope you're doing well, mate. Asks, how old was I when I started playing guitar? And what band sort of influenced me and made me want to do it? Well, when I was really, really young, I started playing the guitar, I think, when I was about 10 or 11. And at the time, I was into Adam and the Ants. And so the first song I was taught to play was Prince Charming by Adam and the Ants. And it was a Gibson SG that we was going, or my brother-in-law got for me really cheap, and he was gonna like rebuild it all for me because it had no pickups or scratch plate on it. So he was gonna put, you know, brand new pickups in it and buy a scratch plate and do it all up for me. But yeah, I was into Adam and the Ants at the time. But what really sort of wanted me to start playing, I used to watch people like Jimi Hendrix and Angus Young, you know, from AC/DC, and used to think, wow, they're just like so good, and Eric Clapton, you know. So those sort of people was the sort of real influence, you know. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, who had like a double Gibson SG, a double-headed one, which was really cool. So yeah, that was what it was at the time. I was into Adam and the Ants, and that was the first song I learned to play was Prince Charming. But yeah, we never did rebuild the guitar. I ended up just buying one later on, like a proper one. But thanks for the question, Brett. It's always good to see you. Golden Turtle asks, what was my favourite things to do as a kid? Pretty much what I was saying to Liam, going out on my bike. We used to do loads of things. We had walkie-talkies, and what we would do is play something called run-outs, where there'd be like, there was like 4 of us, so 2 people would just go running off somewhere, and we had to find them based on clues as to where they were with the walkie-talkies. So when it was my turn, we was in this park, and for some reason Adam was written on the wall in great big white letters. I don't know why. So I would say, I'll look for Adam without the ants, you know, and look for something, and there'd be something there that I know they would know about in this place, and they go, oh right, I think we know where you are. And then when they got there, we would then move on to another location and give them clues as to where we were again, and then we would sort of get to a final destination and see if they could find us based on like what we told them. So we had fun doing things like that. But yeah, mostly climbing on scaffolding, jumping off of you know, garage roofs. Well, I did with a shopping bag one day, but that's another story. But thank you for the question. I used to have great days as well when I was a kid. We also used to have like a disco on I think it was on a Thursday night or Friday night, which was really cool. It was like a junior disco, so you could all like much everything. It does burgers and steak, and their food in there is really, really nice. And you go in there and it's like, you can sit in this sort of, all the places are sort of cut off like little individual sections, so you're not sort of on top of anyone, and they cook the nicest food, so I love going there. Also we had a takeaway, Chinese takeaway, that was absolutely delicious, and it was really cool because whenever you went in there it was like that scene from Rush Hour 2, you know, when Chris Tucker goes up to the Chinese woman and she goes, "Hello, how are you?" She tries to sell him the chicken, you know, and he goes, "Oh, I don't want a chicken alive, you know, I want it dead and deep fried," and then she goes to, like, you know, drop his head off, and it's like that, and you go, "Oh, can we have like noodles?" Go, "Yeah, you want noodles, you want chicken, you want duck, you want lamb, you want this," and like, it was absolutely delicious, and they were really friendly and like really cool in there. But unfortunately it's closed down. It's actually closed down, which is really annoying because I really like the food there, because the Chinese places here aren't that great, unfortunately. But that place was really nice. But yeah, but thanks for the question. I'm not sure how you spell this. I think it might be called Natwani. I hope it's correct, Natwani or Natwani. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. He asked, do I smoke or have I ever smoked? Absolutely not. I think I once read about the reason smokers become smokers is like a gene. And what happens is, because I think it doesn't matter who you are, whenever you smoke for the first time, it tastes absolutely disgusting, apparently. I wouldn't know, because I've never done it. But this gene that mutates, and it mutates like +1, +2, +3, the more it's mutated, the quicker you get over the taste, and obviously get more used to the sort of whatever it does to make you want more of it. But I think I had a gene, or have a gene that's mutated -3, because I've never been able to stand them. I couldn't even touch one. Touching one made me feel sick. It's horrible. I don't like touching cigarettes or the smell of the smoke, and I've certainly never ever tried to, you know, smoke. I mean, you have all the kids in the playground in the secondary schools going, "Oh, do you want to try it, and they're all spitting all over the floor and coughing and heaving, and you think, why are you doing that? No, I never got it. And I thought, no thanks, it's horrible. I just don't like it at all. So no, I've never ever smoked. And I just hate the smell of it. It's horrible. All my family used to smoke, apart from my dad. And I used to go to school getting accused of smoking because I was around it so often, and all my clothes smelled of it. I used to go, "Oh, you smoke?" And I said, "No, I don't smoke." And I even had my lungs checked a few years back, and he said, I was going to tell you, "Do you smoke?" I said, "No." He said, "I was going to tell you to stop smoking if you do, because I've lost like 20% of my lung capacity or something, which is due to smoke, from what I've breathed in as a child and everything, you know." So, but no, I don't smoke, and I never have, and I never will. I don't mind when people vape, because it smells quite nice, you know. I don't mind it then. silly question, but it isn't, because I can actually answer it. One night when my nephew used to come over on a Saturday night, he came over this one particular Saturday night, and we was watching this film called Rat Race with, all I can remember is it had John Cleese in it, and I can't remember it because I only watched it the once, and we all got really drunk, and there's just this part that I can't remember how it happens, but this guy is sort of at this, it's like he's talking in front of all these people, and I think they're all Jewish, and it sounds like he's starting to rant and rave like Hitler in German, and we just could not stop laughing. It was so funny. Check out the movie, guys. I honestly can't remember. It's about some illegal race from somewhere to somewhere else that I think John Cleese puts together, for money. But this part was just hilarious, and we could not stop laughing. We couldn't even watch the rest of the film because we was just laughing and laughing at this part. It was just so funny. But that's the hardest I've ever laughed, because we just literally could not stop for the rest of the night. It was like so funny. Everyone was saying, right, stop laughing now. But we couldn't. We was cracking up. It was just, it's a great movie, even though I can't remember it, but I do remember it being really funny. But yeah, thanks for the question. Ricky Lafleur, I hope I said that right, asks, do I like Stanley Kubrick? And if so, what's my favourite movie? Oh, I love Stanley Kubrick. My favourite film is so difficult. It's, to me, Stanley Kubrick movies are like Pink Floyd albums to me. It just depends what mood I'm in. I love 2001. I love Full Metal Jacket. I love The Shining. I love A Clockwork Orange. It's like Clockwork Orange. The bit me and Driver's Lassance do it all the time. When that I can't remember the guy's name, but he's in his bedroom, and he's like, "You've been doing bad things, yes," and he's like, we watch it and crack up. It's really funny. It's just so strange, it's like, but all his films, are fantastic. I don't think I could pick one as a favourite. It just depends on what mood I'm in. You've got A Clockwork Orange, which is like ultra violence is what he says in it, isn't it? Malcolm McDowell. Which, if you've never seen it, guys, watch it. It's it's quite disturbing in places, but also it's just got parts that make you laugh as well. So you'll sort of look and think, oh God, what am I watching here? And then other parts that will just make you laugh as well. But it's a very, very good film. And most of his movies are like that, really, really good. The Shining, brilliant. Again, another brilliant film. Full Metal Jacket, which was filmed over the river from me as well. When I lived in London, it was filmed at Beckton Gasworks, or what was Beckton Gasworks. So yeah, but I really couldn't put a favourite on it. I loved like those ones I've mentioned. There's even Dr. Strangelove. I loved. So I can't really say I've got a favourite, but I do love Stanley Kubrick and love his movies. Absolutely fantastic, incredible photography in them all as well. And 2001, how he managed to do that is beyond me. For the year he made it, was like 1968. religious? No, unfortunately not. And Wasim asked me, if I could have a religion, which would it be? I guess really, when you die and you're a good person, you go to heaven, go to some kind of nirvana. So any religion that sort of does that, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not a religious person, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that would be really cool to know you're gonna go to a much better place after, when you die. That would be fantastic, because I really do fear dying. It's horrible to me, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to scare anyone, but it's just the way I think about it makes it even more scarier. But yeah, I mean, it would be good to know that you're going to go somewhere else. It would be cool, and I really hope so. But thank you for the question, guys. Mason Creed asks, I can't remember, who's my favourite RE character? Jill Valentine, closely followed by Claire Redfield, but Jill, definitely Jill Valentine. Thank you for the question, Mason. Who's yours? Let me know in the comments. He also asked if I could change one thing in my life, what would it be? I think if I could go back to sort out everything way before I actually did. I left everything way too late. I missed out on a lot of my teenage because I couldn't go out. I should have got my acne sorted out there and then, which I did eventually. So I could have gone out and done all the things that I missed out on. Also, dealt with my depression a lot more quicker, and my agoraphobia, I just left it all way too late. Although I didn't really leave it too late. It wasn't a question of leaving it too late. It was just finding the right people that actually helped. I did get help throughout, through years of therapy, but they just didn't work. It just, it wasn't until I finally saw this doctor or therapist, one session, and I was cured. Unbelievable. All the years that I'd had agoraphobia, one session, this guy, I felt like Robert De Niro in Analyze This. You're good. You're good. So I'm gonna do one more question, guys, because I don't know how long this has been going on, and I don't want it to be going on for too long, because you'll all get bored, or you'll all fall asleep and you'll miss all the answers to the question. Easy Night's Day asks, what is my favourite band? It's Pink Floyd. I absolutely love Pink Floyd. They're my favourite band of all time. So thank you for the question. Billy Nuts. Is it Billy Nuts or Billy Walnuts? Such a great name. What are my favourite 3 TV shows? I don't really watch a lot of TV, to be honest. But I do like, I was watching something called Gogglebox, which is something I never thought I'd ever get into. It's just people watching TV shows throughout the week. And I thought, what's this, but you kind of get to know the people that are watching, and it's actually really funny, especially when the way some react to some of the films. If they're watching like an horror film or a scary film, they'll just sort of jump out of their skins with the jump scares, which is really funny. So I did get into that, but it's finished now. But I love TV shows like the old ones, like 40 Towers and Only Fools and Horses. I still watch them now. Absolutely brilliant. But there ain't that many that I watch at the moment. Loki I'm watching right now, and that's really good. But I have got to catch up with a lot of TV question. I'm really, really sorry. I will be doing another one of these Q&As, and I will, you know, if I didn't include you, I will try and include you next time in the next one. But thank you all so much for your questions. As I said